Okay, so this next video lecture is the continuation of our Module 8, FRS and MRS. We are now in the third topic, which is the data analytics and the ad hoc reporting. So here, data analytics, this is a science of analyzing the raw data to make conclusion about that information. So again, this is data organized to be used for decision making, okay, or to provide insights. Many of the techniques and processes of data analytics have been automated into mechanical process and uses algorithms that work over raw data for human consumption. So data analytics is a broad term actually. It encompasses many diverse types of data analysis. So any type of information can be subject to data analytics techniques to get insight, as mentioned, to be used to improve things or for decision making. So data analytics techniques can reveal trends, metrics that would otherwise be lost in the mass of information, because there are a lot of information coming in to the entity or to the enterprise. So this should be processed, grouped together, and to create a report out of that vast or big data to be used for decision making. So this information can then be used to optimize the process also and to increase overall efficiency of a business or even a system. So for example, manufacturing companies often record the runtime, downtime, and work queue for various machines, and then they analyze the data to better plan the workloads so that the machine's operation will be closer to peak or to meet the full or optimum capacity. Okay? So data analytics can do so much than point out the bottleneck. Not only to point out the problem, but it can provide solutions. Gaming companies use data analytics to set reward schedules for their players that keep the majority of players active. Okay, so meaning they collect the data which entertains the player or gives them incentive to keep the players playing the games. Okay, so content companies also use many of the same data analytics to keep you clicking, watching, or reorganizing content to get another view or another click. So if you would notice in social media platforms, what you will see in your feed normally is what you usually view. For example, in the videos, in a social media platform, for example, if you click a video about mukbang, eating a lot of food, then what you will see in your feed later on or the next video will also be related to that type of content. So this is how data analytics is being used by this social media platform to keep you entertained. Okay, as well as in for example, in online shopping. So what you usually click or search for the items to be purchased, that will also be the content or the item that you will see in your feed most of the time. In this case, they are using data analytics to keep you clicking, watching, or reorganizing to get another view or another click. Okay, so that's how data analytics works. So data analytics is important because it helps business optimize their performance. So implementing it into the business model means the companies can help reduce cost by identifying only more efficient ways of doing business and storing large amounts of data. So a company can also use data analytics to make better business decision making, and help analyze customer trends, satisfaction, which can lead to new and better products and services. So data analytics is important because it helps business optimize their performance. Okay. Another is, what are the steps in the data analysis? So we have here the process involved in data analysis. First step is to determine the data requirements or how the data will be grouped. So data may be separated by age, demographic, income, or gender, and the data values may be numerical or can be divided according to the different categories. Okay, second step in the data analytics is the process of collecting it. So this can be done through a variety of sources. So it can be from computers, online sources, camera, environmental sources, or through the personnel. Third, once the data is collected, it must be organized so that it can be used for analysis. This may take place on a spreadsheet or other form of software that can take statistical data, meaning they will group the like data according to the specification of the need of the decision maker or the user. So it will be grouped together to form statistics, trends, okay, and will help the user to decide based on the result. So the data is then cleaned up before the analysis. This means it is scrubbed and checked to ensure that there is no duplication or error and that it is not incomplete. So this step will help correct any errors before it goes to the data analyst for analysis. So that's the step. Okay, so what are the types of data analytics? Basically, we have 4 types. Okay, so we have descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive analytics. When we say descriptive analytics, the result of the report coming from this is will describe what happened over a given period of time. Have the number of views gone up? Are sales stronger this month than the last month? So this is this is how descriptive analytics works. Okay, describing what happened over a given period of time. The second is diagnostic analytics. So this focuses on why something happened. The first one in descriptive what, diagnostic is why. Okay, so this involves more diverse data input and a bit of hypothesizing. Okay, because we will answer the why. So did the weather affect beer sales? Or did the latest marketing campaign impact sales? Okay, so that's how diagnostic analytics works. For predictive analytics, on the other hand, this moves to what is likely going to happen in the near term or in the future. You predict. So what happened to the sales last time? We had a hot summer. So it will affect the next sales, I think, for the next summer. How many weather models predict a hot summer this year? Okay, that's how predictive analytics works. It will help also in decision making. And lastly, for prescriptive analytics, so this suggests a course of action. Prescribing, you are giving solution, for example. So if the likelihood of a hot summer is measured as an average of these 5 weather models is above 58%, we should add an evening shift to the brewery and rent an additional tank to increase the output, because in this case, as shown in the data in the report, demand for beer, okay, in this case, have increased. So therefore, they should also increase their output to meet the demand. Okay, so that's how data analytics works in the different concerns of an entity. So we go now to the big data analytics. So actually, we also have small data analytics and we also have big data analytics. So when we say big data analytics, this is the use of advanced analytic techniques, okay, against very large or diverse data. Okay, because if you would notice, there are a lot of data that will come into the enterprise, and this should be grouped and processed, okay, for it to be analyzed and used for decision making. So day to day, the entity is encountering big data. So that's why analytics is very important to help them summarize and analyze these results. Okay. So what is big data exactly? It can be defined as, actually I get this definition from the IBM website. Okay. So it can be defined as data sets whose size or type is beyond the ability of traditional relational database to capture, manage, and even process with low latency. So the characteristics of big data include it is of high volume, high velocity, and high variety. So sources of data are becoming more complex than for traditional data because they are being driven by AI, mobile devices, social media, and the internet things. Okay? For example, the different types of data originate from sensors, devices, video, audio, networks, log files, transaction applications, web and social media. Much of it is generated in real time and of a very large scale. So it's very difficult for it to be captured, to be summarized, and to analyze. That's why big data analytics is important and of a great help. So with big data analytics, you can ultimately fuel better and faster decision making, modeling, and predicting of future outcomes, and also to enhance business intelligence. So as you build your big data solution, consider open source software. So these are the software that can help in big data analysis or analytics. Okay, so we have Apache, HADOP, Spark, and the entire HADOP ecosystem. So this is considered to be cost-effective, flexible data processing and storage tools which is designed to handle the volume of data being generated today. But you have to invest on this because although it's cost-effective, but it will entail a lot or a huge amount of investment. But on the other hand, its benefit is essential, okay, especially for faster and efficient generation of reports for decision making. So what is the benefits of having big data analytics? Of course, faster and better decision making. So businesses can access a large volume of data and large variety of sources of this data to gain new insights and to take actions. Get started small and scale to handle data from historical records and also for real-time processing. Third, cost reduction and operational efficiency. Flexible data processing and storage tools will help organizations to save cost in storing and analyzing amounts of data. Because I think this is in cloud or online. So discover patterns and insight that will help identify business more efficiently. And lastly, the benefit of having big data analytics is to improve data go to market. So meaning analyzing data from sensors, devices, video logs, transaction applications, web, and social media will empower an organization to be data driven. Meaning, actually in our time today, every decision making should be data driven. It will support our decision making and most likely it will have not an accurate expectation or result, but most likely it will give us the prediction of what will be the outcome. Okay, so it should be data driven with the help of big data analytics. So it will also gauge customer needs and potential risk and create new products and services to improve profitability and efficiency of the entity. So this is all about our data analytics. So I think you also have your separate subject for that. But in this case, we just included it as part of the financial and management reporting systems.